It's your girl Dreamy. So, I wanted to give my opinion on the pretty privileged lady. Her name is Tamika. If you've been living under a rock, she has went viral recently for basically giving her experience as a biracial light-skinned woman with light eyes and curly hair. Me personally, don't see anything wrong with it. I feel like everybody should be able to, speak on their experiences. Unfortunately, what is sad to see is that this woman is an older woman. She's 50 plus years old, and it sucks that even at that age, that biracial women, even in their elderly age, they still can't tell the experiences that they have faced without there being a huge backlash um, from certain groups of people. Because let's keep it 1,000. White women are not enraged by her experience. Latina women are not enraged by her experience. Asian women are not enraged by her experience. Indian women, um, nor are African women, to be fair. So we already know what group is left there enraged by her experience. And honestly, I think that when it comes to stuff like this, people need to start taking a look on the inside, okay, on the inside of their own groups and of themselves, because there's no way that a darker skinned woman or a brown skinned woman could come on Beyonce's internet and tell her experience of having pretty privilege and that shit trigger mixed women in masses. Like it would just never happen. You just don't see it. You just do not see it. And there is a reason for that. And it's so crazy to me how they never ask themselves the question of, damn, why are these other groups of women not reacting in the same way we are? And also, why is this bullshit so near and dear to our heart? Mind you, this woman came out and told her experience. She didn't down anyone, she didn't point fingers at anyone. Um, she really didn't even make herself the victim. She just told her experience of pretty privilege and the upsides of it, and a little bit of the downsides, because there could be some downsides to pretty privilege. Hello. But people that don't have it or have never dealt with it, they don't know that. And to be honest, it's one of those things where it's like if someone's talking about pretty privilege and you know that's something that triggers you, or you know that that's something that you don't know nothing about, why don't you just scroll? These people are insane. They absolutely act like they don't have the option to just move the fuck on, or they don't have the option of what's in front of their face. Like, it's almost like spiritual food. Like, they don't have the option on what the fuck they're consuming, what they're putting in their mouths. There is no way that what this woman said should have triggered any damn body. There's no way she should have even went viral, if you ask me. But that is the crazy part of it all. Remember when I was doing this content a few years back, there were a lot of older light skinned and mixed race women that would be in my comment section, and they would bring up how this shit doesn't stop even when you get older. And I was like, "What? That's crazy." And even then, it was hard for me to wrap my mind around the fact that this is something that you're literally just going to have to deal with for the rest of your life, kind of thing. And that's just like a really sad reality. So, like, who really wants to wrap their mind around that? But as soon as this story happened, it reminded me of those stories that were in my comment section by, some of the older gals, and them saying, "Yo, the hate doesn't stop. They don't give a fuck." And it's so weird to even see younger women, like really young women, like 18 years old, 30 years old, 25, 40-year old, like just younger women than her, just hating this woman for simply telling her experience, and then for them to just kind of go out of their way to like throw every shortcoming that she's ever had, or even stuff that weren't is not in her control. Like they brought up the fact that her and her brother were the only two biracial children in her household, full of rednecks, and how they were racist. And I was like, none of that negates her experience. Literally, none of that negates her experience. And then they brought up her fat pictures. I thought that was crazy, because most of the women that I saw stitching her fat pictures were also like fat black women. And I was just like, the irony of this all is insane. Um, there's just so much to break down that I'm going to just do a live stream about it. But I wanted to come on here real quick to give you guys the gist of the story so that when we do the live stream, at least you have a basis to go off of. But also, just like I wanted to, in my live stream, get into it more. Even with them bringing up her fat pictures, she was still beautiful. She was just fat. And a lot of people thinking that pretty privilege does not apply to fat women is fucking insanity. There are literally some people who that look better with a little bit of weight on them versus none at all. Um, and let's be real, in the black community, the only reason why a lot of people of color, even in general, see being skinny as some type of elitist thing is because everybody's fucking fat. A lot of people are fucking fat. Too many people are fucking fat. Too many people got a lot of meat on their bones. Whatever the case may be. That is why it does not make it an elitist status. Because in other communities, that is just being skinny is just the norm. That is average. You're punching average. Okay? Maybe in the black community, you might be praised for it, but in every other community, that's just how the women are supposed to be. That's very much average for them. So I find that whole notion to be fucking silly as hell, in my opinion. But yeah, they basically just brought up every little thing to negate her experience. Like, oh my God, how can people like you or be attracted to you? This woman, and the crazy part is, this woman lost over 100 and something pounds, right? And they still brought up the fat pictures. And I'm just like, that's how you know people are truly hating. And because someone is like lighter skin and they have lighter eyes and pretty curly hair, there's no way that anybody could be hating on you. They move the goalpost of like what qualifies as hating. And I'm just like, y'all bringing up her fat pictures does not qualify as hating. Then what the fuck qualifies as hating? You motherfuckers bringing out bullshit to break down her story doesn't qualify as hating, when in reality, you could come out here and do the same thing and nobody would give a shit. No one would give a shit. No one would be hating on you. That is the craziest part of it all. I'm like, bro, literally, someone who's brown skin, someone who's dark skin could come out and be like, yeah, pretty, I went through pretty privilege, blah blah blah, and nobody would bat a fucking eye because we don't care. Bro, a white woman could come out tomorrow and talk about how she has pretty privilege. You're not going to see masses of mixed race women, of women that look like her and look like me, under that woman's comment section and digging through her background to find her fat pictures and to find her fucked up family members to negate her story, to tear down her story. Your story is your story, bro. Nobody can really tell you that you're lying when it comes to certain experiences. Like, some people have to understand, yes, there are people that are online that are going to lie. Hello, it's online. But people have to understand some shit is out of your control, honestly. And when you have a situation that's really low key out of your control and you try to do everything to prove people wrong, it really just proves shit about you, and it makes you look bad. And you're so worried about someone else that you're forgetting how you're representing yourself. And I think that is the bigger story here. Okay, that is like what I'm looking at here, because with this lady's story wasn't nothing. She wasn't coming out flipping her hair, batting her green eyes in the camera. And the thing is, even if she was, the real question is, why the fuck does it bother you? Because white women, Latina women, do this shit all the time. And that stuff, it never bothers me. And it definitely doesn't bother mixed race women as a group. You'll never see us collectively hating on a bitch together. That's like some individual shit. I have never seen groups of mixed race women coming after other women for how they look. We don't have that whole look issue. We don't get triggered by looks. I think we get triggered by other things, but I do not believe that we get triggered by looks. Like if someone comes out and says, "I'm a pretty ass bitch," and guess what? Other bitches was mad at me and they was jealous of me. That shit would never trigger me. I would just be like, okay, because maybe that's your fucking experience. How the fuck I'm gonna tell you that shit didn't happen? Was I hiding in the bushes your whole life, documenting your life? I don't know. That don't got nothing to do with me. So, like I said, when you're not minding your own business and you're minding everybody else's business, whether they put that shit on the internet or not, the way the way that some of these people, and women specifically, because the men don't give a shit, the way that some of these women react to other women is very telling on how the fuck y'all feel about yourselves. Because there's no fucking way a 50-year-old plus woman could come online and trigger me. I don't give a fuck if they were lying or not, bro. There's just no way that I would care enough to go dig into their background and be like, yeah, they're a colorist. You bitches is worried about 50-year-old colorists? Like, if you genuinely believe that this woman was colorist, you're worried about her being a colorist? Bitch, she's over the hill. If she was colorist her whole life, like, she don't got too many years of being that. Why do we even care at this point? The shit is really, really goofy. And they were acting as if they, like, panic, as if she's like breaking the fourth wall or something. She's gonna wake up all these mixed bitches and they're all gonna come out and they're gonna start making videos like this. Well, I hate to break it to you, but this is a very common experience for a lot of pretty women, okay? And whether you think that these women are pretty or not is completely subjective, because looks are subjective. So again, it's one of those situations that's not in your control. And when you're not minding your own business, you look like an idiot. All of these women look stupid to me, and they do look jealous. You guys are, y'all will never, ever, and I mean this, you will never beat the jealousy allegations with the way that y'all behave. The fact that y'all are sitting up there crying and screaming in this bitch's comment section, y'all started doxing her, y'all found her family, y'all are going after her family. Do you guys really think that doesn't make you look jealous? It doesn't make you look like you're out of your body? That shit is crazy. You look crazy. You look crazy jealous. Like, disgustingly jealous. Green with envy jealous. Like, it's a whole different level of jealous. And that's the shit she was talking about. All y'all did was come out and fucking prove her right. If you would have ignored her, guess what? There would be no viral. You would actually beat the case of those allegations, but y'all definitely didn't beat it here. This lady done came out and said, sorry, I wasn't trying to offend nobody. I was just giving my experience. She seems like a nice lady. She seems decent enough, especially in the world of being online, where you could just be nasty as fuck if you really wanted to, but she's not even doing that. And people are just like coming for her head. Yes, y'all are never, ever beating those fucking allegations with how y'all react to some of these people. But we'll talk about it more in my live stream. I want to know what you guys think down below. Yes, don't forget to bring your tail over to my live stream because I have so much more to talk about. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. And until next time.